Did you know there are only 7 words in the entirety of the Scrabble dictionary that end with the letter Q? Stick around, we're going to walk through each and every one of them, including pronunciation and the definition. But first, be sure to subscribe so you can catch my daily Scrabble tips. Now, most of these words come from different languages. So for the purposes of this video, we're not diving extremely deep. We're basically just talking about it in the context of Scrabble, the Scrabble dictionary, and how it is defined for Scrabble. I encourage you to look more into any of these words that interest you, into the etymology and the history of the words. I'm also not a pronunciation expert, so this is just me doing the best I can to pronounce them correctly. I did look up some of these words to make sure that I'm getting it close to right, but again, you may look for other sources on pronunciation, especially for a few of them that I'm less confident in. First up is SUQ, which is basically pronounced suck, and it means a marketplace in North Africa or the Middle East. Next, we've got CINQ, which is pronounced Cinq, and it means 5, but especially 5 as it relates to dice or cards. Next up is QAJAQ. This is pronounced something like Kajaq, and it's the Inuit word for kayak. This word is probably not something you're actually gonna spell in Scrabble because, as you probably know, Scrabble only has 1 Q tile and this word uses 2 Qs. So the only way possible to spell this word is to use at least 1 blank tile. Our next word is TRANQ, which is pronounced Tranq. The word is also spelled TRANK. Now, the Scrabble dictionary for this one is extremely unhelpful because it defines Tranq with a Q as Tranq with a K and Tranq with a K as Tranq with a Q. The Cambridge dictionary defines Tranq with a Q as a shortened version of the word tranquilizer. The next word is UMIAQ, which is pronounced Umiaq. This one is also borrowed from the Inuit language. It refers to an open boat. The next one also uses 2 Qs, so again, it's probably not that practical in Scrabble because you'd have to use at least 1 blank, and it's spelled QULLIQ. To the best of my knowledge, it is pronounced something like Qulliq. The Scrabble dictionary defines it as the same thing as KUDLIK, which is an Inuit oil lamp. Obviously, the spelling and sound pattern of words ending with Q is a lot more common in Inuit than other languages that the Scrabble dictionary borrows from. Next up, we have KAMOTIQ. The pronunciation on this one was a lot harder to pin down, so again, I'm not entirely confident in it, but the sources I looked at indicated that it's pronounced either Qamotic or Qamotic. Another spelling listed for this word is KOMATIK, which is an Inuit sledge, aka a type of sled. Overall, the shorter words on this list, like Cinq and Tranq, are going to be the most practical and usable in most situations in Scrabble. The words you're probably least likely to use are the ones with 2 Qs because you're going to have to use at least 1 blank just to spell them. Now, one more time to help you really remember these words: SUQ or suck, CINQ or Cinq, QAJAQ or Kajaq, TRANQ or Tranq, UMIAQ or Umiaq, QULLIQ or Qulliq, QAMOTIQ or Qamotic. Thanks so much for checking this video out. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you learned anything new, and be sure to check out the recommended video where I'm going to walk you through all of the 2-letter words that use the letter X.